Hello, my name is Creator, and today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on my Godot plugin titled Dragonfruit, which is a code editor wallpaper bit tool. Basically, what it does is what it says. It changes the background image of your code editor to be whatever image, slideshow of images, or video that you want. I will be putting the GitHub link to this plugin in the description, or you could go to the asset library. Oh, I gotta go online. Or you can go to the asset library and just type in dragon, oh, no space, Dragonfruit and get it from here. Either way, it's fine. But yeah, I'll be doing a video demonstration on how to do all three categories of things you can do. And yeah, let's start. So first off, started with normal single images. Obviously, when you first start your Godot, you will have normal background in your code editor. To get a normal single image, you click obviously single image, click quick load or load, and it's not showing because I got to choose add-ons. But let's just choose, I guess, what we had before, and it gets chosen right there. There's a tip saying you don't need to add a single BMGG image again if you close and reopen the engine, because what this will do is it'll create a new theme, which will go in your editor themes advanced. Yeah, it will create a new theme in the file system. On the add-on file system, it'll create a new theme and it'll be put it here. So even if you close the engine, it'll stay the same. So anyway, you choose an image, you just click apply new background. You have a print statement here. It'll load for a little bit and it switches. And yeah, there you go. Single image done. And again, if you close the editor and bring it back up, it'll still the same. This won't be here though, but it'll still be the same because this setting is still set to show that theme. If you delete the theme, then it'll go back to normal, obviously. And to remove this, there is a clear all button. And what this will do is it'll pause for a second, remove it. The theme is removed from the source, and also the theme where it's saved is removed. It's saved in, I think it's saved in, not to a theme. I think it's one of these folders. It doesn't matter. It's one of these folders. Okay. You can find out yourself, I guess. But anyway, yeah, moving on. Also, it's worth noting for the single image that you can choose an image from anywhere in your file system. For the example, I just did a quick load, which shows you quickly all the images in your Godot files. But like, obviously, yeah, you can just like choose load. You can choose literally anywhere in your file system directory. For the example, I just chose, the quick load, but it doesn't have to be in the Go Dragonfruit image files if you don't want it to be. But for convenience, it probably should be. Also, another very important thing about the image mode options for both slideshow and images is that you can modulate and stretch the image. I know that some people may find the image in the background distracting, so you can darken it, which will, if you click apply here, it will make the image darker so the code will be more visible, or you can brighten it so that the image is more visible. I already have a kind of a guide right here telling you hex codes that will make the image for best visibility and best code visibility. So you put all the way white here, the image will be extremely visible and the code will be barely visible. If you choose extremely black here, I won't do extremely all the way black. I'll do a little bit lighter. But if you choose strong black, the code will be very visible, but the image will be barely visible. And obviously, if you go over here to like, let's just say green, we can make fur and green. We can make fur and green, and it'll be barely visible. She's an alien now, and you can make it dark green, so looks better. And for axis stretch, this pretty much just stretches the image. So, for example, tile. I don't think these will be like good enough images. I think this is better for like smaller images, I would say. So horizontal tile, you might not see much of a difference here. Oh, well, never mind. You see a major difference. See, like she's tiled out to fit the whole like screen pretty much. Or vertical tile fit. The default is just stretch. I think stretch is the best option, but you also have the option to do this if you want. So next we will do a slideshow. Now to activate slideshow mode, you need to go to background mode and click this drop down and it will show you slideshow, single image, or video experimental. This chooses what will happen when you click the apply button at the bottom here. So you can set all of these three fields, but the apply button, new background button will only do what you set here. So if you click slideshow and you go down here to slideshow options, the slideshow file. So if slideshow is selected, images in the slideshow file, which is at res, add-ons, Dragonfruit, user slideshow images will all be selected. So if you go over here to the left, you go to, close this, you go add-ons, Dragonfruit, user slideshow images, and then here I have 3 images, which are just like random anime images I just found online. And then coming back over here to the Dragonfruit panel, it says slideshow switch time. And there's a few times here. There's 1 minute, switch every 1 minute, switch every 5 minutes, 10, 15, 30, 45, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours. And this is just a time left. It is worth noting that when a slideshow image switches, the engine may pause for 1 to 3 seconds, and this is unavoidable because it's just necessary for the engine to change. If anyone knows a way to make it more seamless and for there to be no pause, then please tell me. I would love to know so I can fix it. But yeah, this for now is do 1 minute and I'll do a cut. But yeah, if you choose apply new background, they'll choose a random image in this folder. It paused. See, it printed Dragonfruit, printed a new image, except it's a small stutter. And it shows the same image again, but I will cut to when this minute goes down and I'll show you the new switch. And we're back with 4 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, 0. The timer will restart and it will switch. And yep, there we go, a new image. Now again, I put a lot of these times here to 3 hours because I know that the stutter, it's just a small like 2 to 3 second stutter, but I know that could be annoying, especially if you're like in a workflow. So I recommend doing 30 minutes to like an hour if you're doing the slideshow mode. And also, it's worth noting that the slideshow is like truly random, so it'll truly randomly choose another image. So if you don't have many photos in your slideshow folder, or you only have 1 photo in your slideshow folder, then it will it could possibly re-choose the same image over and over again. And last but not least, there is the video experimental mode. So obviously you go here, click choose video. And again, video mode is very experimental. It was kind of janky for me to get working, but it does work. By default, it looks at the file path, res, add-ons, Dragonfruit user video BG, which I have an Evangelion video here. There are very important, I won't say warnings, but disclaimers. Disclaimer number 1, as of, well, making this video, but it's a different day here earlier when I made the plugin. Godot really only allows for .ogv and .ogg of video files, so .mp4 will not work. So if you want to use a video, you have to go to an online converter, or you have a converter on your computer, use that and convert your MP4 video to an OGV or OGG. And if you try to use an a MP4 video, it will pretty much just crash your engine and close it. Not because I made the code crash your engine, but because Godot won't like it and it'll just crash the engine. And also another disclaimer is that Godot does not support video seeking. So therefore, every time you switch scripts like this, the video will have to restart, unfortunately. And sometimes there is a small error where the video will just not play at all. Like the video will be playing and you switch and it'll just go back to normal like this. And if you have to switch back to get the video going again, it'll just work normally. And now with all the disclaimers out the way, let's try it. Video mode set and just click play video. It's worth noting that there should probably only be 1 video in the video folder because it just choose, if there's more than 1 video, it'll just choose the first video it finds. And it has audio playing, as you can hear. And you can choose the bus that it plays on. And you can change the volume. There's a default volume that just puts it to 25 dB. You can make it really loud. Or you can make it really quiet. Or you can mute it. And unmute it. Or you can pause it. And it pauses and you can choose play. And also, it should note that the video will automatically, I don't know if you can hear me. This is muted for now. You should also note that the video will automatically loop when finished. This is a 3-minute video, so we're not gonna sit here for 3 minutes watching this. But when the video ends, it'll loop back to the beginning and all of that. And for an example of the script switching, as you can see, we're pretty far into the video right now. But if you switch scripts, see this bug happens. But if you switch to another script, it goes back to normal. And also another thing is every time you switch scripts, the video will restart from the beginning. So you get to watch Shinji get impaled in the face a million times over. I think it really just doesn't work with CFGs. That's why it's doing the black screen, because I'm using .gg files and they're working pretty good. You can watch them get boomed constantly over and over and over again. But yeah, to worry about CFGs, I guess. One last thing about videos is that when you have a video set, the H slider will no longer work in the code editor. And by that, I mean this slider here, where my mouse is, if you see, if you try to click on it, it doesn't work. For some reason, it just does not work. I don't know why. I tried to fix this a lot, but it just doesn't work. But this doesn't happen for the others. So if you do a video, I mean, it's a single image and choose, I don't know, anything. If you do a single image, it resets. And as you can see, the slider works now. And the same thing happens for a slideshow. You do the slideshow, apply, is loading, and the H slider works. So I don't know, for some reason, it just doesn't work with the video. Again, I say it's experimental because there's a lot of bugs with it still, but it works pretty well. I think you can, I don't know. I think people think this is important. I can live without it because I only like type past the maximum width. If you can see this line, I only type past that. But if you have to, and probably shouldn't use video mode. But in general, it's pretty solid, pretty solid. And again, at the very bottom of my Dragonfruit code editor here, I have like all the things I've said in this video, basically all the warnings and disclaimers and things you should know about. But overall, I say I'm pretty proud of how this came out, and I hope you liked it too. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you download it, try it out. Again, I said the GitHub link is in the description, or if you want to get it through the editor, or not editor, but the engine, you just go to your asset lib and type in Dragonfruit, if I can spell it right, and it's this one. When you download it from the asset library, it's going to download like this. Hold on. When you download from the asset library, what it's going to do is it's going to make the file be like this. It's going to look like this. It'll be Dragonfruit with a bunch of numbers. I probably shouldn't press enter, but it'll be Dragonfruit with a bunch of numbers. What you should do is definitely delete all these numbers and the hyphen. If you do not do that, then it's going to be broken. And also, this hasn't really happened to me a lot, and not really to other people, but some people have said that they've gotten errors when downloading it from GitHub or the asset library, like for the first time. Usually, I would say just recommend just restarting the Godot engine after downloading it and putting it in your add-ons folder, and the error should go away because it should pretty work out the box. This is Godot 4.4 I'm in right now. So yeah, it should work for Godot 4.4. It should work for Redot if you use that. And yeah, works pretty well. I haven't tried that other Godot fork yet. I assume it'll work on that one too. But yeah, that's Dragonfruit. Thanks for watching. If you got this far, I hope you enjoy, and I hope you try it out for yourself. Thank you. Bye 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 bye.